Hey guys, so I'm going to show a pass I like to use. I saw it being used at ADCC this weekend by Tye Ruotolo. It's where you use your feet to step on the guy's ankles to help set up passes, right? So the position I like to use this a lot is when the guy keeps his legs really wide like this, right? So like here I like to kind of move him to the side, and there's two ways you can go about stepping on the foot. I can either step with the cross foot, in which case I like to point my toes inward, or I can step with the outside foot like this and pin here. And they have different pass options, okay? So real quick, before I go in depth on how I use this to set up passes, I just want to talk about where I like to set this up in the first place, right? So when we're here with the guy's in his guard, he's got his legs, just like any position, you have to understand your options from the position. If you only have one thing, it's like boxing with like just a jab. You're like, I'm a jab guy, that's all I do. You have to have multiple punches and threats to set things up. So in this position, a lot of times guys will have their knees kind of tight and close like this. It's actually really hard like this to try to step on this, because as I try to push here, he's just going to keep his feet in, and it's really difficult. So it's not a useful technique to try in that situation. In this kind of a situation, I'm usually looking to use my palms to pin his shins, and then from here I can use this to set up toreandos, because when his leg's closer, it's easier to clear around the leg, right? So I can set up a toreando. If he like frames on me with his hand a bit, I can use this to help set up a knee cut pass, and I'm looking more for that. But sometimes what happens is as you enter, guys who have flexible good guards, they'll keep their legs really wide. What this does is it makes a toreando really hard, because even if I control this, I have to walk all the way around this, which then I can't grab this leg. So now this leg is free to loop. So that makes it really difficult for toreandos and stuff. You can try to stack pass here too, but sometimes guys are really flexible and it's hard to stack their legs. Like even if you push their legs up and keep their hip down, right? So in this case, when I feel the guys like this, I just focus on one leg. I move to the side a little bit and go here. Here, he's either gonna stay kind of at this side position where it's easy to switch to a step, or when I go here, he's gonna try to center back up, and then that opens up the toreandos or knee cuts again, right? So now moving on to the pass, what's gonna happen is I step to the side a bit here. We're gonna start with the first one, which is the long step. So I'm gonna take my right foot and just step on his ankle here and pin it. From here, it's really hard to get this back out. My right hand, I like to control the ankle here. You could do the pants too, but the pants can be kind of unreliable. And if you want to do this no-gi, it works great as well, as Tye Ruotolo was using this at the ADCC this weekend. So the pants are unreliable, so the ankle's good. Once I'm here, it's really hard for him to get this in on anything. I have here, there's like a lot of different ways I can finish this. One of my favorites is you can look for like a club or a long step, but most commonly, as soon as you look, this guy has his hands up ready because he knows it's coming. So I usually grab the wrist here. And now I push here, and even if he pushes, it just doesn't really do much. Then I can start long step. Yeah. I want to turn and try to get him flat. With any guard pass, I want to finish with him flat. So I kind of use my palm grip here on the shin to center him as I step around here. And now I try to go chest to chest. And of course, he's probably going to scramble, and then I'm going to have to dig and work in on the finish. So again, we're here, right? I'm like this. I move over here, I step to the side, and I step my foot pointed inward and step. Now I catch this ankle here like this. I catch the wrist, I push and open, and I dive in here, right? If that one's a little complicated for you, you can also make a quick step in here to knee on belly, like this. And one thing I like to do when I go to knee on belly is sometimes guys try to bring it around here to go to like 50-50. So whenever I step in, I really focus on using my shin to open his leg downward like this. That makes it hard for him to bring that up. It also, like sometimes guys have their knee in here. So if I just try to go like this, his knee kind of crowds me out. So if I get my knee in a little bit, I use that knee to open up here and crowd him out and work my way in. You can also use this inside step one to just step into like a knee cut position here and start working a knee cut. So there's a lot of variations.